Hi everyone, my name's Jerome Laxale. I'm Mayor of the City of Ryde, and I'd like to welcome you to today's special online Harmony Day event. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, paying respects to elders past, present and emerging. Well, you don't need me to tell you that Ryde is an incredibly diverse city, and holding a special event each and every year to celebrate our diversity and our harmony is something that this council support year on year. Recently, we've joined two great new campaigns to bring together our community even more. The Racism Not Welcome campaign, headed by Craig Foster, will be a fantastic way for us all to celebrate our diversity and to call out racism where it exists in our community. We're also part now of a group of councils called Welcoming Cities, where we make positive statements about welcoming diverse communities here in the City of Ryde. We're so lucky to live in such a fantastic, diverse city. I really hope you enjoy this year's online version of Harmony Day, and I hope to be able to see you again, perhaps at next year's Harmony Day in person, so that we can celebrate our diversity together. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Namaste, ni hao, konnichiwa, assalamu alaikum, sat sri akal. I'm Gary Patney, a resident of Marsfield in the City of Ryde. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the value medical people, and elders past and present. So why is it that we celebrate Harmony Day each year? I suspect that if I were to ask a random sample of people on the street, not many would be able to tell me. This day has a solemn origin. It was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 1966 in remembrance of the events that took place in Sharpeville, South Africa on 21st March 1960. On that day, the police opened fire on a large crowd demonstrating peacefully against apartheid laws, killing 69 people and injuring 180. The observance of this day is meant to remind us that the world cannot be complacent about eliminating racial discrimination, especially in a country as multicultural as Australia. Around 45% of Australia's population has migrated to Australia, or has at least one parent who was a migrant. I'm a part of this percentage, as I'm sure many of you would be. Multiculturalism is such a deep-rooted part of Australia's national identity, and is something all of us must work together to support. I think one of the greatest achievements our City of Ryde could strive for is the ability to exist together in strong communities in which people see each other for who they are, as people first, without defining them by a race or religion. Putting the effort into understanding another person's culture and beliefs is a way of creating such relationships. And showing acceptance is something each one of us can work towards implementing, not just today, but in our everyday lives. In order to understand what Harmony Day means to people, CMRC and the City of Ryde Council organized several community conversations. Here are some snippets.
I'll just tell you my little story,
Yes.
which is I came here 32 years ago. The good strong point, I came from, migrated from India, I knew English very well. But when I came here, you know, there was so much of Australian jingoism, which I didn't understand, right? She be right, mate, good as gold, you know, all these sort of things. And you're a spunk, you're a this, you're a that, and all that. These were, hey, hang on, don't abuse me, right? But what happened was, gradually I mixed around with a lot of Australian friends, and I started understanding their psyche. Because when you come to a new country, I think it's very important you understand the psyche of the local people, you know. Slowly, I went to their, one of my friend's property, I met Aboriginal people, I started understanding who they are, what was their socio-economic, scenario in Australia. When you come from other countries, you think, you know, it's just, you know, Western people here. But then when you realize that, hey, you know, you've got different cultures under one roof, I thought, hey, such a fantastic thing. And then slowly, Italians, then the Greeks, the Yugoslavs, and then we started meeting, you know, slowly, gradually, you know, Vietnamese and all that. It was something that I said, wow, what a fantastic thing. We've got the whole world here.
That the responsibility of the Australian federal government to allow this new migrant to be part of the community by using different programs. So we were asked to go to English classes, and I remember sitting in the class, and I had a friend next to me called Amir. He comes from Iran, and the teacher was she was from Yugoslavian background, and she was explaining some of the English things, and all the students had their dictionary with them to understand and translate the words according to our language, because we were all new, didn't understand the thing. And then the teacher talked about Marilyn Monroe, and Amir said, "Get the dictionary, check it out, because I don't understand." So we didn't even know that Marilyn Monroe was an actress, and for Amir was, you know, I had a better understanding, but for Amir it was, he had to get the dictionary to understand. And that story indicates to us that how much the Australian government has put into the system and the process of the program to allow all these migrants to be together. So I had the Yugoslavian, we had the Iranian, we had the Greek, and all these people all sitting down in one room, and none of us, you know, can speak English. And we, one of the Australian teachers said, "We'll get the Sheila," and none of us knew what Sheila meant. I still, you know. And then the guy, I think, who was in the canteen was an Australian guy called David, and we asked David, "What does Sheila mean?" He said, "It's a girl, it's a girl." So but you think about it, it is this combination of a program that allow people like me and like Kevin and like everybody else to learn English. I could not speak one single word at all. I mean, I was very good in French, I was very good in Arabic, but my English was almost zil. And the system was that you go at night, the 12 weeks program, and after 12 weeks the government do not pay you to attend, because they used to pay us $20 or something for the pocket money. And then I realized that at night time they do an English course. So I did it for 8 years because I knew it was free. I couldn't believe it. So I go to work in the morning and I go to take, and I did it for 8 years. And then I went to university when I was 32. But the question is, it is because of this program that the government put, that as a result of this initiative, like the Harmony Days, that actually will find the benefit of it, not now, for generation to come. And that's a story of Harmony Day for me.
Even I came here with my kids, and I don't know anyone. I came as a refugee, but not the condition of the refugee. 2006 in Lebanon, there was very bad war, and all the Australian government brought them. My kids were Australian, so we came here. My husband came after 2 years. I said, I don't know anyone here. But the community, our community took us. We attended the Armenian school, Armenian community church, everything. That one, it's one of the maybe good and bad opportunities that you can't mix with the other cultures. But later I tried to mix with like I work with Look Good Feel Better, there's a cancer council with the Australian, to practice my English, and I couldn't work outside because my kids were, they need me. But now I'm feeling that I have to go and emerge more in this community, and this is why the harmony that you meet, introduce the people, that you feel they are good for you, and you have to help them and give whatever you have. But that time, Armenian and Lebanese community, our neighbors were all Lebanese, so I couldn't go to see other cultures, because the street that I was living, they are all Lebanese. I speak Arabic, I can live with them, and Armenians also. So I couldn't have that opportunity to go more. But now I'm trying to meet other, introduce friends, customers, and this. And I think this Harmony Day will help us that to much more.
Example, meeting with one or mix with one community or Armenian or Lebanese, and that's it. But in the Harmony Day, she can see everyone, like people from Middle East, South Africa, South America, Europe, Middle East, and so on. So this is the power of the word, I can say, harmony. And believe me, it is in Australia and in New South Wales, especially in the city of Roy, like this beautiful city, which I like it too. And every year, of course, the Australian government, they got like a number of events. And like Anzac Day, Australia Day, Remembrance Day. One of those important days is the Harmony, where all those communities comes together in a showcase to see their folklore, their dance, their music, diversity, language, religion. So very colorful, very powerful. So for this reason, we like to keep it, like to thank even those people who organized that one. From Mr. Philip Herbert, that one up and now, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We want to keep going as communities all together, working together, accepting each other, understanding each other, working together. So this is the most important thing, and to keep it for the next generation to continue that.
And from that time I started till most of them are able to cope up with English. And that is what we do in TED. And we can see the different cultures there, coming together, studying that, but at the same time mixing with each other. And there it starts what we are doing today, which we can see there and then. That somewhere, Harmony Day was started maybe 25 years back.
Journey here, which is very, she's told it as she feels, because a lot of people, she didn't need, because her community supported her.
Exactly right.
And she had other responsibilities with her kids and everything. And it's so good that now that you have realized that, hey,
Now it's my time.
now it's my time to give and mingle and understand the other cultures. And perfect. That's a great example. And
They comes all together, like what usually you do in the few years before. We're doing the carnival, we call it carnival, at Wright Park.
Yes. Unfortunately,
So-
we can't do it this year.
It's so beautiful. It's like most colorful one, and all of them like someone entering to the garden full of roses and flowers. But every single rose and every single flower is different than each other. Different in the same, different in color, different in the design, different in everything. And the same thing we are. And you will listen to that particular language and you learn something from them, listen to that music, you listen to even type of instruments, which is never ever see something like that. And it comes from their mouth. It's so beautiful. And this is a correctly multicultural. For her, for example, which is like a good example, meeting with one or mixed with one community or Armenian or Lebanese, and that's it. But in the Harmony Day, she can see everybody, like people from Middle East, South Africa?
Well, looking at the future, all I can, and from that point of where we have been successfully integrated into as a migrant into the community now. And looking at the future, I think we need to have more outreach programs toward the society, particularly for example, Kay, what she told, and from that background. And there are many communities which, if you can, understand that they have their own barriers. So the more programs we go and do the outreach and then bring the successful migrants out to support each other, I think it's a good way to looking for. And Australia still is a young country and it's a small population, and if you look at the media today, they're expecting, because they're all worried the the immigration has stopped, and a lot of people are worried in the government area that we need to have more migration, whatever in terms of the economy. So this is going to go as well, and this, in the sense, is going to increase. So more support is required.
Welcome back. Hope you found these conversations insightful. The city of Ryde is fortunate to have such a large, culturally diverse population with a rich, colorful heritage and history. Several of our community members are talented artists. CMRC and the City of Ryde Council took the opportunity to invite these members to submit their videos performing their art. Here's a compilation of those videos.
绿呀绿呀，你那年的春。
we can take quite pride in our ability to unite in different ways and to celebrate the rich tapestry of a nation, whether in food, sports, or simply gathering together. Australia is a great country, but it is only as great as its people. We've come so far, and together we can go so much further. Let's all make Harmony Day a day where we truly come together to celebrate Australia's cultural diversity and to highlight that everyone belongs. Thank you for watching and wishing you all a happy Harmony Day. Good day.